Okay, so one of the dominoes we were waiting to see how it was going to fall was Cam Skattebo of the now of the New York Giants. He gets selected at pick 105, and I was very curious where he was going to go. Some people were very high on him, some people very low on him. We'll get into it in the film, but essentially his best attribute is how good he is at running over college football players. How good will he be at running over NFL football players? Well, we just don't know, right? There's no way to really fully say. Again, Tyrone Tracy I thought was fine. Kind of liked him in certain roles, in certain games last year, but you could certainly use an upgrade at the running back position. So I like something like this. Go out and get a player who could be really good at the running back position here in round 4. He was a top 5 running back on my board personally. So yeah, I could sit here and talk about the player, but instead I kind of want to show you the player. So let's get into the film. Let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here, it's going to be a run. You see where he's supposed to be going right here. When this play begins, you're going to see that, first off, well-blocked play, able to get to the next level. The offensive line never gets the credit, especially when you have a bowling ball at running back. It feels like the offensive line never gets their credit. They block this play well, but ultimately, at the next level, there are going to be unblocked players. That is the situation right here. But watch him be able to just run over a couple guys, get through it, and he's able to, even at this point, you're thinking, okay, well, surely he's about to go down now. But no, that doesn't happen. He breaks over that tackle, breaks another one, finally gets brought down. But these are the plays that are just, again, the highlight reel is unlike anything I've ever seen. It just is. Now, the question, we'll just say right off the bat, how well is this going to work in the NFL? We'll go through it. We'll go through some other plays and talk about it. But yeah, that is, it's impressive stuff, right? Like this play is another example where you see he's going to be going up towards the top of the screen. And when this play begins, you're going to see the handoff right here. Multiple defensive players coming in to try and make a tackle on Skattebo here. But again, just watch what he can do. Watch him just fight through, gets around both of them, and does get into the end zone for a touchdown. It's just impressive stuff. And again, the question you have to say is, will he be able to impose his will when he goes into the NFL the way he was in college, where he was just able to seemingly run through everything? In the NFL, guys are better at tackling. They just are. They're bigger and stronger, and you won't be able to do this as much. But you have to think he'll be able to do it some, right? You have to think that it's not going to go from like being able to juke out everybody or really run over everybody to being able to run over nobody, right? Like this play is another one where it's going to be a handoff to the offense's left on this play. Watch as when it begins, you see that he's going to, get the ball and just go right through the gap. There is an unblocked linebacker in the area. And honestly, this is something that will play at the next level. Like, yes, it is, I think, fair to say that in a situation like this, we don't know how well these broken tackles are going to work and stuff like this. But ultimately, right here, okay, what do you want a running back to do a lot of times? Is to just see a gap and run through it. Now, here he's able to, again, kind of shake off a couple guys, gets to this spot. But even if he got tackled, like that still would have been the right play, right? And I will say, the way that he is able to make guys miss is not just through running them over and breaking tackles. Watch as he then cuts more over the middle and see now he's gone, right? Finally gets tackled, but like picks up a huge amount of yards on that play. Yes, that was broken tackles, but it was also footwork and shiftiness, which that stuff we do know translates to the next level. And even plays like this where like, okay, it doesn't result in some big highlight reel play, just his playing style in general is still very effective. So what's going to happen here is he's going to get the ball and go towards the top of the screen. You have a couple players who are going to be blocking out wide for him. Watch. As you see, quarterback flips it to Skattebo. He's able to get up to this point. Defensive back is in position to make a tackle. Not really any room for him to go. And this isn't going to be a broken tackle, but just watch what he does. He just lowers the shoulder and picks up the yards that are there. Again, I think a lot of guys might step out of bounds. A lot of guys might try to not, have anything, too dangerous happen. He's going to deliver hits and he's going to get hit. And he's okay with both of those things, which is, again, a real positive trait in a running back. Like this play is going to be another example of exactly that, where, it's not going to be some crazy highlight reel level play, but just watch what happens. You're going to see that Skattebo takes a snap right here. He gets through the gap that's assigned for him. Hey, I would actually say does a really good job vision-wise to get as many yards as possible. Ultimately, there are 3 minutes Mississippi State defenders who are ready to tackle him. And again, a lot of guys might just go down right here, but that's not his game. Watch as he just drives forward, and listen, he ultimately gets tackled, but picks up another 5 yards because of it. And again, falling forward, making plays like this work, there is definitely value in this kind of thing. And stuff like this you want to look at as well, because ultimately, like, you know, I mean, for someone like him, you have the question that I've kind of already posed, which is, how well will the breaking tackle stuff work at the next level? And to be honest, it's hard to say definitively one way or the other. It just is, right? Because, like, I don't know. He isn't, like, so much bigger and stronger than NFL guys. He was bigger and stronger than college guys. So there is that question. But ultimately, you also want to see how he'll do at the other stuff, right? Because that'll matter maybe more at the next level. Well, when this play begins, you see Skattebo gets the ball right here, and there's, again, a hole for him to run through. So what is he going to do? Well, he accelerates nicely through the hole and is able to run past an unblocked player. I'm going to have to pause this just for a second, just due to copyright reasons, but this essentially iced the game, right? They were up 7 points. This allows them to, you know, really run out a good chunk of the clock. He decides to not score a touchdown. He could have scored a touchdown maybe, but decides not to. Wants to make sure that he helps his team out as much as possible, which, hey, that's good to see as well, that he's willing to do that for a team. So ultimately, like, he's just a player that, again, how much will he work at the next level? I don't know. Is he going to be a James Conner, which is a really good player, or is he going to be just a change of pace back? Ultimately, he's still worth taking a flyer on. I think, you know, I'm higher on him than a lot of other people are because of that value. And listen, I know that we like to pretend that, you know, at least on this channel, I sometimes like to pretend that, you know, football is all played on paper, but it isn't. And having someone like this that can help change the mindset of a team and help just add that physicality to a team, that does matter. Like, that's not 0% of the game. Like, yes, you know, physicality and imposing your will and all those cliches do matter to some degree. So adding someone who can do that is just a real positive. So ultimately, yeah, big fan of his game. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video and want to hear more of my thoughts, well, for one thing, you can check out my movie channel. Yes, I have a movie channel. You can check the link in the description below. I do some fun things like some movie reviews, even some TV show reviews, tier list, fun things like that, so you can check that out. Also, make sure that you are subscribed and paying attention to this channel, as there will be plenty of draft content. I plan on making a video for every first round pick, many of the other picks throughout the draft, and also I will do recaps for each team after the draft is over. So I will eventually talk about every single pick from your favorite team. Be on the lookout for that, as it will be out this weekend. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Jackson Kruger, or X, whatever you prefer to call it. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks again for watching till the end of the video.